If you've ever felt weighed down by depression, you're not alone. While it's important to seek professional help, you may not always have access to that, or that may not always be an option for you. There are things that I feel you can do that can support you in your mental emotional health during those periods where you are feeling down. For a deeper dive into other self care practices, I would highly suggest grabbing my free self care ideas list. I'll put the link to that in the description box below. The first thing that I suggest is, if possible, establishing a routine and establishing it before you have a period of feeling down, of feeling sad, because typically when you are in that period or are experiencing that, daily tasks can feel like a chore. Having, for example, a self-care routine that directly addresses your stressors, even if it's small, various things that you are doing, if not daily, a few times a week, that directly combat the way you experience stress, whether that's physically, whether that's emotionally, whether that's mentally. But establishing other types of routines surrounding different areas of your life, whatever way you're using it, a system or a routine is going to help you establish structure, control, and purpose even on those difficult days. The second thing that I would suggest is prioritizing your sleep. When you have poor sleep or poor quality of sleep, it already impacts you during the day when you're trying to make decisions, when you're trying to maintain control of your emotions. So prioritizing your sleep is going to be essential. You don't want to sleep too much, but you definitely want to be able to go to sleep and get to sleep. So considering things like sleep hygiene, not eating too close to bed, sleeping in a cool, dark room, even staying away from technology, your phone, your computer, the TV, within an hour and a half of going to bed can help, because the blue light emitted from those devices stimulates the brain and tells it it's actually the morning time and it's time to wake up. During this period, you could establish once again a routine where maybe you are engaging in some gentle movement, some light stretching, reading, just relaxing. This could be time when you are meditating or even practicing something like yoga nidra, which is a type of meditation that you do laying down already in the sleeping position. It involves tons of techniques of physical relaxation, pleasant visuals, breath work, all combined to relax the body and relax the mind. The third thing that I would suggest is physical movement. So that's something that I already kind of briefly touched on, but getting some sort of physical movement during your day is definitely going to help improve your mood. It may not feel like it, but it definitely will. So whether that is doing something small like just making sure that you go outside once a day, maybe going for a walk or a jog. It could be something like light stretching or yin yoga before bed every night. Something that is going to make sure that you are not staying too sedimentary, as well as getting the physical stress out of your body. The next thing that I would suggest is practicing mindfulness. Now, there are tons of different types of mindfulness techniques. Of course, here on my channel, I talk about mindfulness meditation. This is a practice that actually sharpens the mind and sharpens the focus. But one of the main aspects of mindfulness meditation is relaxation. This practice activates the parasympathetic nervous system, it calms the breath, it slows the heart rate, it helps to release physical tension and stress from the body, and when done correctly, it can help to release the attachments that the mind has onto narratives and stories and thoughts and all of the flow of the mind. But other activities you could try are things like breath work practices. I'm pretty sure if you look here on YouTube, if you look up pranayama exercises or breath exercises or calming breath exercises, you're going to find something to engage in that may suit you. And there are also other types of guided meditations and guided visualizations. Okay, next on the list is going to be nourishing your body. Making sure that you eat, making sure that you eat something good and healthy, as well as staying hydrated, is important, because when you are feeling down, when you are feeling sad, it can throw off your hunger and your appetite, which, if you are not consuming the things that you need to, then clearly you're not going to be feeling okay. Some people already have some type of eating system or routine because of the popularity of meal prepping, but not wanting to eat when you feel down affects different people different ways. So you may just be less hungry, or you may not be hungry at all. One thing that I like to do is eat fruit. If I feel like I'm not actually very hungry, but I know I need to eat and I haven't eaten in an appropriate amount of time, I will at least eat fruit. It's good, it's sweet, it's also very hydrating, and it's easy. And the last thing that I would suggest is, of course, reaching out for support. Even though at this period of time you may not have access to professional care or a therapist, making sure that you reach out to your support system, people in your life who you know truly care about you and truly support you and have your well-being at heart and mind. Making sure that you are being vulnerable with at least someone, so that someone knows what's going on, and reaching out when you need to. So remember, managing depression and depressive episodes, or just periods of feeling sad and down in life, is challenging, and it's a journey. It's a process also of learning yourself and how you adapt to things and how you deal with stress, and how are you like in your down periods. If you're the type of person to say, even when I'm feeling down or feeling sad like this, I don't want to stay like this. So how do you bounce back from that? Overall, just take it one step at a time and implement some of these self-care tips and see if that makes a difference for you. And remember, if you need to, reach out or seek professional care. If you want to take a look at my free self-care ideas list that I talked about earlier in this video, I'm going to include that in the description box below. It has different categories of various self-care practices. So you look beneath the category where you feel most stressed or most imbalanced, and it will have a number of suggestions. Perhaps things you've never thought of, or perhaps things that have come across your mind but you've never tried before. So take a look at this list. Perhaps it will assist you in getting more ideas. I will include that under the additional resources section. While you're down there, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. And in the meantime, in between time, here are 2 more that YouTube thinks that you would enjoy.